Today on Good Morning Maine, the cleanup continues following a weekend storm that washed out roadways.
Plus, a man accused of murdering a 3-year-old girl on Christmas Day is awaiting his first court appearance.
And people laced up their walking shoes to help battle cancer. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. We'll have those stories coming up. But first, a check of that forecast after, wow, what a wild weekend we had.
Yeah.
It was crazy. A lot of damage and destruction caused by the storm. We'll have more on that coming up. Fortunately, it looks like things are going to be a little bit quieter starting the work week.
Right.
On the cloudy side, maybe a little bit of rain, but no big storms to worry about, at least.
Yeah. You had a tree fall on your truck.
I had a tree fall on my truck.
Yep.
Stoved it all up.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
not
sorry
good.
to hear that.
Yeah, what are you going to do? It could have been a lot worse. And
I guess so.
I know a lot of people are worse off than I am.
I'm glad you're safe at least.
Yeah, I
Yep.
was fine. I was inside sleeping and I got a pound on my door from my neighbor saying, hey, tree fell on your truck.
Right.
You know, what are you going to do?
Good neighbors at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, it was all overnight. It's crazy.
Yep.
Okay, let's check in with weather.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. As we get into things this morning, a couple of alerts we have our eye on right now. This is a small craft advisory along the coast that's up until around 5 p.m. later on today, and up until 11 a.m. this morning. This is a high surf advisory, so a lot of active surf issues, though, and high wave heights as a result as well. So we'll want to keep an eye on that as it does develop throughout the daytime period today. Again, maybe a few spots of areas of dense fog this morning, mainly near parts of Millinocket, and a few other spots like over in parts of Washington County, but everyone else, we're looking pretty good out there this morning as we do start things off here on this Monday morning. Maybe some areas of patchy fog, and that's kind of about it. Otherwise, though, here's some clouds right about here tracking from the south to the north. There is a slight chance for a few showers today. It looks like we're noticing a little bit over in parts of Washington County in a few spots already this morning. So especially in the eastern parts of the state, an isolated shower or two cannot be ruled out in a few spots today. As we do zoom things out, here's that area of low pressure right about here, and yeah, that blue area there is snow developing this morning. So already we're starting to notice some snow on the radar and satellites. So we're starting to get into that time of the year, though, where cooler temperatures are starting to move in. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period looks a little bit like this: a mixture of clouds and yes, some sunshine as well. An isolated shower or two cannot be ruled out with temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little later on. Well, road crews will continue repairing damage today from the remnants of Tropical Storm Felipe. The storm made its way through Maine on Saturday night into Sunday morning, bringing massive amounts of rainfall all across the state. According to the National Weather Service, parts of Maine saw around 3 to 5 inches of rain that accumulated in less than 24 hours, with Searsport receiving the most with over 5 inches of rain. The rainfall caused damage to many roadways across the state and were washed out, causing several closures and detours. According to Versant Power, around 17,000 Mainers experienced outages because of the high winds, with about 65 of those customers still without power this morning. Versant says the majority of the outages are concentrated on the coast, primarily in Hancock County. Workers will remain in the field making any necessary repairs today. More information can be found on our website at foxbangor.com.
A man arrested for killing a 3-year-old girl will make his first court appearance this week. Tyler Witham Jordan was arrested Friday and charged with murdering the child on Christmas Day in Edgecombe. He's accused of killing 3-year-old Mackenzie Handrahan. At the time, investigators say Witham Jordan was dating and living with Handrahan's mother. Paramedics took Handrahan to the hospital on Christmas Day, where she was pronounced dead. Police are not releasing the cause of her death at this time. 2 days after her death, Handrahan's mother took out a protection order, claiming Witham Jordan was mentally and physically abusive. He's currently being held at the Two Bridges Jail in Wiscasset. The state police spokesperson says Witham Jordan's first court appearance will likely be this week.
Well, a woman is dead and a man is critically injured following an incident in Lisbon Falls. State police say around 7 o'clock Friday morning, firefighters working at the fire station on Main Street heard a woman screaming and then saw a man step out of his car and shoot himself with a handgun. 38-year-old Benjamin Peterson of Pittston was transported to Central Maine Medical Center in critical condition. Investigators say 30-year-old Kylie Turcott of Lisbon Falls was found dead in the driver's seat of the car. An autopsy was performed on Friday, and Turcott's death was ruled a homicide. Police say the two were in a former relationship together. Residents say this death comes as a shock.
You don't have a lot of crime. In larger cities you do, but in a small town you don't. So it's a little bit unsettling, but it happens. You know, it does happen.
A spokesperson for the Maine State Police says both the State Police and Lisbon Police continue to investigate what exactly led up to that incident.
A Dixmont man is facing several charges after being arrested twice only days apart. On Thursday, Penobscot County Sheriff's deputies responded to a business in Carmel for a shoplifting complaint. There, they arrested 41-year-old James Whaley, who was found with an alleged $300 of stolen merchandise. Whaley was also reportedly found with methamphetamine and had 9 sets of active bail conditions at the time of his arrest. He was charged with theft by unauthorized taking, unlawful possession of drugs, and violations of conditions of release. Whaley made bail, but was arrested again on Saturday on unrelated charges.
Meanwhile, a Florida man will spend 5 years in prison for drug trafficking in the Bangor and Holton areas. According to court records, 34-year-old Rogelio Rios obtained methamphetamine from Florida and then distributed it around Bangor and Holton through a group of co-conspirators from May to July of 2018. On July 12, 2018, a truck driven by Rios was stopped by law enforcement in Lincoln. A search turned up multiple grams of meth and nearly $20,000 in cash in a passenger's bag. Rios pleaded guilty in April of this year.
Police are investigating a robbery at a pharmacy in Augusta. It happened around 9:30 Friday morning at the CVS store on Stone Street. Augusta police say they responded to a report of a man who entered the store and demanded an undisclosed amount of drugs. There were no injuries, and police say no weapon was displayed. The suspect is described as a white male, approximately 5'10" to 6 feet tall. He weighs roughly 180 pounds and was wearing a light gray sweatshirt, sneakers, and jeans. Police say the suspect left the scene before they arrived. They're asking anyone with information about the robbery or the person involved to contact the Augusta Police Department Criminal Investigations Division at 626-2370.
Unlimited Solutions Clubhouse in Bangor focuses on recovery for adults living with mental illness. In honor of World Mental Health Day, the Clubhouse will be hosting an art show from 4 until 6 p.m. on Tuesday, October 10th. The event will take place at the Unlimited Solutions Clubhouse at 30 Summer Street in Bangor. Each year, the Clubhouse hosts events to raise awareness about mental health, but this will be their first ever art show. They're inviting the public to come in and take in all the artwork and maybe even take some home.
We don't typically open our doors very often, to the general public, so this is a great opportunity for us to invite people in, see the gifts and talents that our members want to share with the public.
The art displayed comes from members of the Clubhouse. Those members will be selling their art, with all of the profits going directly to the artists. Clubhouse leaders say creating the artwork is therapeutic for members, and this event is the perfect opportunity for them to express their uniqueness and creativity.
All right, finally now.
Oh, by the way, more information about that event can be found at unlimitedsolutionsclubhouse.com.
And today is also Indigenous Peoples Day in Maine, which is one of the 10 federal holidays, which means all non-essential federal government offices are closed.
As you might expect, there will be no mail delivery today, but most FedEx and UPS operations are in operation as usual for pickups and deliveries. Federal courts as well as state and county courts are also closed.
Most schools are closed today as well, including UMaine, Orono, and Husson. Most banks are closed. Many city offices and libraries are also closed. But for most retailers, it's business as usual, and restaurants as well, of course, as people probably know.
Yeah. Well, you can stay home and relax today, or maybe go do a little shopping. But
yeah, unless you have to work, I get it.
Yeah, a lot of people will be working today.
Yeah, it's not one of those it's not like Labor Day or Memorial Day.
No, not like that. And it depends on the business. Some businesses recognize it, others don't.
Yep.
So.
Yep, I'm sure there will be certain events going on today as well, so we'll have to look into that. Yeah. Okay, the time now 6:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Mainers hit the road over the weekend to raise money for 2 worthy causes. We'll take a look at both of the events.
But first, another check of your weather forecast. It looks like a slight chance of rain today. We may see some breaks of sun, too. The highs will be up near 61 degrees. Partly cloudy with areas of dense fog overnight. Lows dropping down to a chilly 41. Tomorrow, a partly cloudy day. It will be breezy with highs near 62.
When Dover Audiology wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Come to Dover Audiology and find out where people from Kittery to Eastport go to get their hearing aids. Knowledgeable, friendly, and reasonable. Dover Audiology is your best place for hearing solutions. It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of Coldbrook Mitsubishi, Boynton's Greenhouse, Coastal Auto Parts, Family Pet Connection and Grooming, Greg's Auto Repair, Hardy's Motorsports, The Bankery, and Westfront Market.
I got hurt in a car accident, and I'm worried the insurance company is trying to take advantage of me.
Fight fire with fire and call the twos.
Lowry and Associates got me $300,000 for my car accident.
We win for you.
Call 222-2222. Little bit of sunshine.
Good morning, America.
Woodworking has been around for ages. Now, wood-turning enthusiasts are hoping to pass their skills on to today's youth.
There's a lot to be said for doing something with your hands that you can then hold and touch and feel.
We'll introduce you to the Eastern Maine Woodturners tonight on ABC 7 News at 6.
Welcome back, everyone. The board that oversees the Island Nursing Home in Deer Isle remains unsure about the future of that residential care facility. The board of directors has been trying to find a pathway to reopen the facility for several months now. Staffing issues forced the home to close back in October of 2021. Since then, a board of overseers has been fundraising and exploring ways to address staffing in order to reopen the doors to provide services to the elderly population on the island and around the peninsula.
As time went on, fundraising went well for a while. They got about $500,000 in pledges and donations, and then it sort of stopped. Along with that, there was no guarantee that they would reach the minimum staffing requirements to open the facility. So between the two, it became clear that it was an insurmountable challenge to be able to reopen in that fashion.
Well, Cashman says that there are plans to have a community meeting to discuss the next steps for the property, with hopes that if they can't use the former nursing home as a skilled nursing facility, maybe there are some other creative ways to utilize that building.
The Maine Office of Tourism announced the recipients of more than $1 million in grant money that will help promote some of the state's best outdoor recreation programs. Excuse me. The $1.7 million Travel, Tourism, and Outdoor Recreation Grant will be distributed to the groups on your screen. The money comes with the U.S. Economic Development Administration and the American Rescue Plan. The idea is to promote development and training programs that are designed to attract and increase tourism to areas of the state that were impacted by the pandemic.
Well, the rain over the weekend didn't stop many from running for a cause in Bangor as the annual Pound the Pavement 5K made its return to the Bangor waterfront. Our Grace Blanchard was also there.
Nearly 300 people came out to pound the pavement in the 11th annual Color Run Race to End Cancer.
We try to celebrate with a lot of fun, for cancer not being one of the funnest things to deal with whether you're a caregiver, family member, or a patient survivor.
The event is organized each year by the Purple Iris Foundation to raise money for their cancer relief fund.
That's where we provide our patient assistance grants paid directly to creditors, monthly Hannaford cards that go out to anybody that's applied.
Volunteers from the University of Maine were stationed around the course, dousing people in colors as they made their way to the finish line.
We came last year, and there's a lot more people this year than there was last year, so.
The organization's mission is to raise awareness, provide support, and give hope to Mainers battling cancer.
My stepmother had pancreatic cancer, passed away a few years back, and just doing a good cause and raise some money to help out with the process of trying to get it to cure it.
The foundation hopes to continue this event for many years to come.
It is an emotional time, but it's also a great time to see everybody come out year after year.
More information on the Purple Iris Foundation can be found on our website at foxbangor.com. In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Whether running or walking, Mainers from all over braved the weekend weather in support of another good cause. Our Callie Warren takes us to the Bangor waterfront again for the return of another annual event. Oh, looks like we may not have the information for that one. Sorry, folks, moving right along. In other news now, we're scrolling still. We're getting there.
We're at the end of the segment.
Oh, it looks like we're at the end.
No.
Okay, yeah, we'll be right back after the break. I need you to just...
We'll tell you more about that Alzheimer's walk eventually, too.
Okay, and the tactics of harm reduction and how it has to do with attempting to help the community recover from the opioid epidemic.
Don't go away. More Good Morning Maine right after this.
What will happen when Michael Strahan leaves the studio and enters the ballroom as a guest judge for Dancing with the Stars?
Come on, Stray, you got to bring the heat, baby.
Just watch as it all starts tomorrow morning on Good Morning America.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
We've been in business for 31 years, and our employees and guests are like family. We've worked hard, and they've worked hard. That's why question 3 worries me. It puts our power grid in the hands of politicians. It costs $13.5 billion. That's billion with a B. Can you believe that? That could mean higher taxes for all of us. It's bad for our business, and it's bad for Maine. Question 3 is a risk Maine can't afford.
Welcome back, everyone. Reduce Harm, Inc. is a nonprofit that travels the country raising awareness through their Harm Reduction 101 for professionals. Training on Friday, they were at Save a Life in Lincoln, where our Doug Banks spoke with the organization's founder and director to see how they're offering guidance to community leaders.
We are being trained by a nationally acclaimed harm reductionist in order to launch the beginnings of our full harm reduction program, including syringe exchange.
Mark Jenkins and Van Asher traveled to Save a Life Community Recovery Resource Center to teach community leaders about safe harm reduction practices. They use specialized resources like the Rover to get everyone on the same page.
The Rover is a toolbox, if you will, which allows centers such as this to offer full-service harm reduction in whatever setting.
Talking points include boundaries, recovery, and ethics. Then, Mark and Van give people the opportunity to speak from their own experiences.
A lot of this is just open dialogue and people speaking their truths and being really honest, even if they might be concerned it's not a popular opinion.
One of the many things Reduce Harm and Save a Life are hoping to accomplish is breaking down the stigma of harm reduction and showing what's underneath the surface level.
With the overdose epidemic, which everyone's heard of, we've only been talking about it for the last several years, where in New York, where I'm from, it was the #2 killer of African Americans and Latinos for decades. But it wasn't newsworthy until people that look like me started dying at unprecedented rates.
To me, harm reduction is just bringing all of that humanity together and just loving people. We need to stop making these conversations us and them. It's we're all people.
In Lincoln, Doug Banks, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, the time now is 6:20.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
Alrighty, here we go. Happy Monday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scotch Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, this morning we have some advisories we have our eye on. This is a high surf advisory right about it here. Up until 11 a.m. this morning for this little area highlighted here, it is darker purple. Small credit advisory up for parts of the ocean side here up until about 5 p.m. later on this evening, because surf is up there this morning. Look at the wave height. It's at around 6 to 7 feet according to the buoys out there, so we're really noticing this already in a few spots. But we will slowly start to see things improve as the day progresses on. As for areas of dense fog, there's a little bit of that this morning in parts of the Millinocket area, also in parts of Washington County. So as things develop this morning, though, we'll start to see the fog getting out of here, but there are a few chances for an isolated shower or two before we're all finished up. Here's the radar and satellite. We have clouds moving in from the south, also going toward the north. The clouds have been moving in overnight. We had noticed an isolated shower or two near parts of Washington County this morning, so especially in the eastern parts of the state, a shower or two cannot be ruled out before we're all finished up. Let's zoom things out here. The only thing developing right now is this area of low pressure. It's even causing some snow to develop in parts of Canada this morning, so of course, colder air getting pulled down. We're entering that time of the year, so colder precipitation being noticed. And of course, just for us, an isolated shower or two cannot be ruled out before we're all finished up. As we move forward today, partly cloudy skies overall, an isolated shower or two cannot be ruled out. Maybe a little bit more in a few spots, especially in the eastern parts of the state. Later on tonight, though, we'll catch a little bit of a break with a partly cloudy sky. Areas of dense fog cannot be ruled out. That will start to burn off as we head towards early Tuesday morning. Once we head throughout the day for your Tuesday afternoon, maybe a few clouds yet again, maybe an isolated shower or two yet again by Tuesday night and parts of Wednesday morning. That will quickly move through, and they're looking pretty good as we head towards your Wednesday morning. Our average high temperature is 61 degrees. We're going to be rather consistent the next few days, though, in the lower 60s through at least Thursday, upper 50s Friday, lower 60s again Saturday, and middle 50s again as we head towards your Sunday. On this Indigenous Peoples Day, lower 60s will be your temperature for today with a slight chance for a few showers, and overall the winds won't be too bad either out of the south at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, lower 40s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog, with south breeze again at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, lower 60s, partly cloudy and breezy, and a south wind gusting up to around 20 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast, slight chance for showers again for your Wednesday with highs in the lower 60s. We have more showers possible Thursday with highs in the lower 60s again, and upper 50s for your Friday with a partly cloudy sky.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of the Bangor UPS Store, Berg Activewear, Bangor Tire Company, Bucksport Regional Health Center, Coastal Auto Parts, Complete Tire Service Incorporated, and Electrify Maine.
When a government-controlled utility took over in Long Island, New York, it made big promises. But what did residents get? Household electric costs increased by more than 50%. Customers' bills skyrocketed with new surcharges. The utility ranked the lowest in customer service, and it failed to pay millions in required payments to local schools and fire departments on time. Don't bring New York's problems to Maine. Vote no on question 3.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine for more than 30 years with an extensive inventory, including mini track loaders with attachments, full-size track skid steer, track loader and backhoe, wheel loader with attachments, a 50-foot towable aerial lift, and a 45-foot self-propelled four-wheel drive lift. If you can't find it on our website, we can find it for you. Call for multi-day and weekend special rates.
Saving for higher education for my kids is super important to my husband and me because we obviously want to give them opportunities to explore whatever their passion might be. I kind of consider it as a non-negotiable. I have to pay my electric bill, I've got to pay my heat bill, and I'm going to put money aside for my kids' higher education.
To learn more about NextGen 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, read the program description at nextgenforme.com. Check if your home state has a 529 plan that offers tax or other benefits.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Now to the turmoil in the Middle East. Israel has declared war after a terrorist attack by the Palestinian militant group Hamas over the weekend. More than 700 are dead in Israel, including at least 4 Americans, and thousands are injured. Palestinian health officials report more than 400 killed and more than 2,000 injured as clashes continue in the region. ABC's Justin Finch following the latest from Washington.
This morning, Israeli forces unleashing relentless airstrikes targeting the Gaza Strip after formally declaring war in the wake of a surprise strike from the Palestinian militant group Hamas.
I don't know if you just heard that. That's the sound of a mortar coming in from Gaza. This is being fired by Hamas militants while Israelis are trying to deal with Hamas, not just across in Gaza, but also here, still inside Israel.
Israel pounding hundreds of targets in the Palestinian territory, retaliation for what's being called the worst attack on Israel in 50 years.
That is intolerable for any democracy. It's intolerable for Israel.
Over delete altitude restriction.
The U.S. mobilizing military assistance for Israel, deploying a carrier strike group to the Middle East, the Pentagon sending weapons and ammunition, and U.S. warships and fighter jets en route.
The United States stands with Israel. We will not ever fail to have their back.
The White House pledging continued support for Israel while working around the clock with Palestinian officials and leaders across the region to stem the fighting.
I think it's not about all kinds of issues. It's not Arabic and Israelis and Jews. It's really about humanity.
Across Israel, families pleading for Hamas to release loved ones being held hostage, including young children and the elderly. Near the Gaza-Israel border, Hamas rockets targeting a music festival with many young Israelis attending. Officials reporting hundreds of bodies later recovered at the scene. In Gaza, city streets in shambles, a mosque leveled. This man says the attack scared the elderly, children, and women nearby. The State Department hasn't officially connected Iran to the Hamas attack, but a senior official says the agency isn't ruling out Iran may have had some influence. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
A powerful earthquake rocked Afghanistan on Saturday, killing at least 1,000 people and leaving more than 1,000 injured and more than 1,300 homes destroyed, making it one of the deadliest earthquakes to hit the country in decades. Here's ABC's Lama Hassan with the details.
The earthquake that hit western Afghanistan on Sunday was so powerful it killed more than 1,000 people. For the families, it is now a race against time, desperately digging with their bare hands, trying to find their loved ones still trapped beneath homes that have been flattened. A small body shrouded in a blanket pulled out from the rubble. With a magnitude of 6.3, the earthquake was followed by several devastating aftershocks. Dramatic video showing the aftermath. Most of the homes are made out of mud, not strong enough to withstand the tremors. Several villages now completely destroyed. This man's sister and son were killed when the quake struck. 13 members of this man's family are injured, urgently in need of help. Local hospitals are overwhelmed and in need of international aid. The World Health Organizations and other aid agencies are now beginning to send medical teams and much-needed emergency supplies. Lama Hassan, ABC News, London.
Well, tuberculosis cases are on the rise in the New York City area, and it's causing public health experts and physicians nationally to sound the alarm. TB cases began to fall precipitously in the early 90s. Now, post-pandemic, they're back up. In 2022, New York City saw 536 people with TB. Officials say 2023's numbers are expected to outpace 2022. Experts believe the uptick is due to many factors, including the closure of TB centers, making diagnosis and treatment that much harder. Some common tuberculosis symptoms include pain with breathing or coughing or blood or mucus, fever, night sweats, and weight loss as well.
That's scary.
I think I have TB.
Okay.
Just kidding.
No, you would know. Okay, well, a man in New Jersey is in deep trouble after seemingly crashing his car into a police station lobby while blasting Guns N' Roses' Welcome to the Jungle. The Independence Township Police Department in New Jersey shared the security footage showing the moments the man went through the station's lobby. This officer is remarkably calm for what just happened. Although we can't hear the video, police say "Welcome to the Jungle" was blaring from the car. You can see how the driver steps out of his car and immediately puts his hands up in the air before two officers approached him and took him into custody. The man has been charged with burglary, criminal mischief, and possession of a weapon. The way those officers walked in, it's like you'd think somebody just walked into the station.
Hey, how you doing, Earl?
I wonder if they know him.
That's crazy, yeah.
I'm only laughing because no one was hurt, but oh my God.
Yeah. I remember reading that one, I think last week, and
I know, we're a little late, yeah.
Guns N' Roses cranked right up there, you know. Thought that part of it was kind of funny.
Right. Okay, moving on. Coming up on the second half of the show, many events were still held over the weekend despite all the rain and wind, and Fling into Fall in Searsport was one of them.
We'll check out that and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news, and Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
Looking for a convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. You know it. Now through October 13th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. We've got over 2,400 locations with most open 24 hours. Join now to enjoy free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Whether you're new to a gym or a fitness pro, the judgment-free zone is the place for you. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends October 13th. Oh yeah, that's the energy.
I hurt my shoulder in a car accident, but the insurance company only offered me this tiny little check.
Don't take a tiny check from the insurance company.
Lowry and Associates got me $300,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of Paramount Paving, Silver Fox Automotive, Body Graphics Tattoo and Piercing Studio, Coastal Auto Parts, Color Concepts, Joe's Market, Overhead Door Company of Bangor, and Twin City Tile. When Dover Audiology wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Come to Dover Audiology and find out where people from Kittery to Eastport go to get their hearing aids. Knowledgeable, friendly, and reasonable. Dover Audiology is your best place for hearing solutions. Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7. Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news, and Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, October 9th, 2023, and as we heard earlier, it's also Indigenous Peoples Day.
This special holiday was created to honor the cultures and histories of the Native American people. It's a day centered around reflecting on their tribal roots and the tragic stories that hurt but strengthened their communities. It was originally celebrated as Columbus Day, but many felt that glorified the violence European explorers, colonizers like Columbus brought to the Native people. Maine is one of the 17 states that now observes Indigenous Peoples Day. I didn't know that many other states did it. That makes sense.
And it's picking up too over the years. More and more are adding to it. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens there.
It's something we don't necessarily learn in school a lot, but Columbus was a horrible man.
Oh, we celebrated him. There was the song we had to learn when we were kids, and we're kind of becoming more open-minded, I think, or learning more.
Coming here, he just spread violence.
Yeah.
So I think it's for the best. Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
All right. On this day in history, back in 1620, the passengers and crew of the Mayflower sighted Cape Cod after 66 days at sea. In 1906, Theodore Roosevelt became the first U.S. president to travel abroad while in office. He boarded the USS Louisiana to visit the newly formed Republic of Panama. And in 1989, the Berlin Wall began to fall as communist East Germany began opening its borders.
In 2015, SeaWorld announced it would phase out its killer whale shows following protests about the animal's treatments. And today's birthdays include singer Jackson Browne, he's 75 today. TV personality Sharon Osbourne is 71, and this is also the birthday of John Lennon, who died in 1980 at the age of 40.
It's one of my favorite pictures of him. It's just such a cool dude,
I
you know?
haven't seen that one before.
Yeah.
I love Sharon Osbourne too. She's
yeah.
in the. Have you seen the show The Osbournes?
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's so patient with him.
She likes to stir it up a little bit.
Right.
Ozzy!
Right.
Yeah.
And he's just absolutely ridiculous, and his brain is shot.
Oh,
so
he's fried.
Yes.
He's been fried a long time.
Yeah.
But still entertaining.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, as far as the weather's concerned, looks like more clouds today, maybe a little bit of drizzle out there. Overall, not a terrible day.
Yep.
You're like me now. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
what can you say?
Here's Devin Binks with the forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. As we get into things this morning, a couple of alerts we have our eye on right now. This is a small craft advisory along the coast that's up until around 5 p.m. later on today, and up until 11 a.m. this morning. This is a high surf advisory, so a lot of active surf issues, though, and high wave heights as a result as well. So we'll want to keep an eye on that as it does develop throughout the daytime period today. Again, maybe a few spots of areas of dense fog this morning, mainly near parts of Millinocket, and a few other spots like over in parts of Washington County, but everyone else, we're looking pretty good out there this morning as we do start things off here on this Monday morning. Maybe some areas of patchy fog, and that's kind of about it. Otherwise, though, here's some clouds right about here tracking from the south to the north. There is a slight chance for a few showers. It looks like we're noticing a little bit over in parts of Washington County in a few spots already this morning. So especially in the eastern parts of the state, an isolated shower or two cannot be ruled out in a few spots today. As we do zoom things out, here's that area of low pressure right about here, and yeah, that blue area there is snow developing this morning. So already we're starting to notice some snow on the radar and satellites. So we're starting to get into that time of the year, though, where cooler temperatures are starting to move in. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period looks a little bit like this: a mixture of clouds and yes, some sunshine as well. An isolated shower or two cannot be ruled out with temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, one coastal town has officially flung into the autumn season. Searsport's annual Fling into Fall event featured lots of fun over the weekend. Despite many traditions being moved indoors because of the rain, the fall festivities still took place. The town event featured a craft fair, an indoor yard sale at the Penobscot Marine Museum, and the beloved classic pumpkin and scarecrow contest as well. The celebration happens each year in early October and provides a way for the community to ring in the fall season.
I'm so glad to see. I mean, the rain didn't really start getting heavy until Saturday night.
Yeah,
so
it was just kind of murky kind of day.
Right.
You know,
it was
drizzly.
kind of a spooky October day.
Yeah.
Love to see it. Perfect kind of ambiance for stuff like that.
Got to have some holiday fun.
Yeah. Okay, when we return, we'll have that package we promised you folks earlier that we weren't able to play. We'll also have sports with Ryan Sudol.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store, Coastal Auto Parts, Colburn Shoe Store, First National Bank, Front Street Shipyard, Goose River Farm Meat Store, and Up in Smoke Fireworks.
People ask me all the time, are those commercials really true? Does Lowry & Associates really get all of those clients, all of those big settlements? Yes, we do. We really have gotten millions of dollars for Mainers hurt by commercial vehicles. And the insurance companies know when you call the twos, we're going to fight for you. And you know what else is true? I really am standing on top of this big truck.
Hurt by a big truck? Call the twos. We win for you.
Are you ready to light it up, Bangor? Experience the all-new Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow Party, featuring outrageous Monster Trucks action, including the electrifying freestyle motocross, laser light show, and the fire-breathing transforming robot, Transaurus. Plus the Crash Zone pre-show party before each performance, and save up to 50% on kids' tickets. Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Truck toys come to life, October 20th through 22nd at Cross Insurance Center in Bangor. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Bring your vision and enjoy better light and added security and energy savings with quality windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with Maine football. After a huge win against Stony Brook last week, Black Bears looking to go 2 in a row on Saturday on the road against Richmond. And the Black Bears offense that showed its stripes last week made its presence known early. First drive, Derek Robertson over the middle has Joe Gillette in stride, and he turns on the Jets. A 73-yard touchdown catch and run to get things started. Next drive, pinned near their own goal line. Tristan Keenan. How about a flea flicker back to Robertson? He's got Braden Heald all the way down to the 20-yard line. 2 weeks in a row, the flea flicker works to perfection. Couple plays later, Robertson over to Montego Moss, and he throws it to a wide-open Tavion Banks, his first game since returning from injury, and he helps put the Black Bears up 14-0. But then the Spiders would mount a comeback. It's 17-14, and Camden Coleman connects with Kwanye Vini for the score. Richmond leads 21-17, and at the end of the half, Coleman over to Landon Ellis, puts a move on and adds 6 more, 35-24 at the half. Spiders outscore Maine 35-14 to end the game as they win 42-31. Okay, now to some Black Bear hockey. UMaine lacing up the skates for their first game action of the year Saturday in a charity exhibition for the Alphon Youth and Community Center of Waterville. The game, the border battle against UNH down at Colby College. Let's start things off early in the first. Maine threatening. Cole Hansen charging on, takes a wrister, but it's saved by Tyler Muselik from Westmore Central High School in Long Valley, New Jersey. Just a couple minutes later, Maine's Lyndon Breen to the first-rounder Brad Nadeau to his brother Josh Nadeau in front for the goal. What a way to start their careers. It's 1-0. Later in the first, UNH's Marty Lavins out to Alex Gagne, the ripper, but Victor Osman closes up the 5-hole for the save. Second period now, J.P. Turner, a takeaway for the Wildcats, catches Connor Sweeney for a shot, but Osman shooing that one away. These saves prove key as Maine wins 3-2. Now for some Maine women's hockey action. Black Bears looking to sweep their series against Stonehill College. First period, Maine up 1-0, Michaela Border charging and sending it to Haley Ryan on the doorstep. The freshman scores, and it's 2-0. Under 90 to go in the first, and errant Stonehill pass ends up with Ida Kalpala, and she snipes one top shelf. Black Bears lead 3-0 after one. First minute of the third, Stonehill's Alexis Petford cross-ice pass to Grace Parker. She nails it from a tough angle. Stonehill on the board for the first time this season. But a few minutes later, here comes Kalpala. Her shot is blocked, but Rahel Ensler there to clean it up in front. It's 4-1 Black Bears, and they go on to win this one 7-1. Okay, now let's go to the Boston Bruins. The Bruins gearing up for their regular season opener Wednesday against the Blackhawks. The Bees wrapping up their preseason this past Thursday night with a 3-1 comeback win over the Rangers to finish 2-2. Not the most successful of preseasons, but after the win, head coach Jim Montgomery saying that just having whittled the team down to a central group has created a huge change in vibe.
It was great to be down to one group. You could really, I don't know if you guys can tell, but as coaches, you can tell the energy of when you get down real close to your group. The energy picks up, the pace picks up. You get a lot of things accomplished in a short amount of time.
The game's game-winning goal was scored by center Matt Patois. The 2022 draft pick was the team's lead goal scorer in the preseason. Many believe his roster spot is all but locked up, but Monty says no decision has been made on him or anyone.
We'll do a little bit of scrimmaging again and special team situation before, we make final decisions on where we're headed. So nothing's imminent right now on anybody. Ultimately, I think us as a staff, we tell Donnie what we think, and then ultimately Donnie makes those final decisions.
Okay, let's wrap things up with some high school action. Not a lot of football games in our neck of the woods Saturday, but Nokomis and Hamden Academy were glad to help us out. Some Class B action here. Warriors have lost 2 in a row. Broncos have won 2 in a row, so somebody's streak is ending here. First quarter, no score. Nokomis' Seth Bowden taking the give here, and he reaches across the goal line for the touchdown. Warriors up 6-0. Second quarter, Gavin Monyak. He dumps it off to Bryson Scales. He's got a first down and more, using the speed to go 40 yards for the tutty. We are tied up at 6. Later in the quarter, Nokomis threatening. Ryan Robichaud has it ripped out by Brady Smith, and it's recovered by Kaysen Wildman, but the ensuing drive stalls out. And then on Nokomis' next drive, Bowden again on the run. He spins and reaches over for the score. Warriors up 12-6 at the half. They go on to win this one 26-18. And now for some other scores from the area. In Class C and D football action, Winslow 18-16 over Brewer. Class A girls soccer, Messalonsky 1-0 over Brewer. Class A B field hockey, Bangor 1-0 over Old Town. And in Class C girls soccer action, Herman 3-2 over John Bast. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
When visiting Maine, there are a few must-dos. Be a foodie. Relax on the water. Share your experiences. And start a shopping adventure at one of 17 Rennie's locations throughout Maine.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Ready to refresh your home? Fall into savings with incredible deals at the Furniture Gallery. Shop new arrivals from top brands like Ashley, Serta, Restonic, Nectar, and Franklin. Fall in love with unbeatable deals like our sofa and love seat sets for only $9.99 or sofas starting at $3.99. Indulge in ultimate comfort with over 150 recliner styles starting at just $2.99. My family and I are committed to giving you the best value for your money at the Furniture Gallery. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery.
Welcome back, everyone. Delta is settling a class action lawsuit, having to pay some customers affected by pandemic-era canceled flights. Reports say Delta is going to refund those who filed a valid claim using a $27 million payment fund. Those affected had flights canceled early in the COVID-19 pandemic. The suit filing says Delta refused to provide cash refunds between March 1st, 2020 and April 20th, 2021, and instead granted future flight credits. The settlement doesn't acknowledge any wrongdoing by Delta.
It's about time. Robots in disguise, abandoned canines, and an urban legend are among the new digital DVD and music releases available to add to your home library.
Fox's Ashley Dvorkin runs down the list of what's new in home entertainment.
This is about the fate of all living things.
Transformers: Rise of the Beasts tops this week's list of what's new in home entertainment. The 7th film in the live-action series features the Autobots teaming up with a new faction of Transformers known as the Maximals to battle the Predacons and Terrorcons.
You are officially a stray.
Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx lead the voice cast in the R-rated comedy Strays. The film follows a dog teaming up with other canines to get back at his owner for abandoning him.
A UFO has crashed in my backyard.
Oscar winner Sir Ben Kingsley stars in Jules, a sci-fi dramedy about a man's life-changing encounter with an extraterrestrial.
It's all just in your head.
The horror thriller The Boogeyman is an adaptation of Stephen King's short story about a family being terrorized by an unseen entity in their home.
There's some darkness out there.
Small screen favorites to own, season 2 of the popular Showtime drama Yellow Jackets. Paramount Plus's crime drama, Mayor of Kingstown Season 2, starring Jeremy Renner. And Season 1 of Fatal Attraction, featuring Lizzie Kaplan and Joshua Jackson taking on Glenn Close and Michael Douglas's iconic roles in the TV remake of the 1987 film.
This is not no love at first sight.
For music fans, rapper Offset marks a new chapter in his life with his second solo album, Set It Off. Country chart topper Riley Green's new album, Ain't My Last Rodeo, is inspired by hard work, life outdoors, and family. And country singer-songwriter Kylie Morgan releases her debut album, Making It Up As I Go.
I'm just making it up as I go.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
All right, well, whether running or walking, Mainers from all over braved the weekend weather in support of a great cause.
Our Kelly Warren takes us to the Bangor waterfront for the return of another annual event.
The Eastern Maine 2023 Walk to End Alzheimer's took place in Bangor on Saturday. The event saw over 300 participants on a 3-mile walk around Bangor to raise funds and awareness surrounding Alzheimer's disease.
It's a very positive, uplifting experience for everybody who's has family members that are suffering from it or have family members that have passed away from it. It's very uplifting for everybody to get together and just know that they're not alone in this.
According to the Eastern Maine Walk to End Alzheimer's website, over $60,000 was raised to support research and care efforts. Some walkers carried pinwheel flowers of various colors to represent their personal connection to Alzheimer's and why they participate.
This cause has a lot of people very passionate about it. It impacts so many across the community, and there's a lot who come out regardless of rain or shine to make better things happen.
People from all over the community came out in solidarity, from long-standing volunteers to local medical assistant students.
Well, we're here to help end Alzheimer's. Most of them have will be taking care of patients in their career because they're medical assistant students.
In addition to the walk, the Alzheimer's Association of Maine chapter hosts several volunteer and education events. To donate or to learn more about how you can get involved in the fight to end Alzheimer's, visit alz.org/Maine. In Bangor, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Nice to see people turning out over the weekends. That really is something that impacts people of all walks of life. A lot of people right here in Maine dealing with Alzheimer's.
Absolutely. It seems like it's race season right now, too, and it seems like all of them have had good turnout. So it really says a lot about our community.
Nice to see them support.
Right.
The weather today looks like kind of on the gray side. We might see a few breaks of sun, might see a few raindrops too. Nothing major though.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Alrighty, here we go. Happy Monday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scotch Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, this morning we have some advisories we have our eye on. This is a high surf advisory right about it here. Up until 11 a.m. this morning for this little area highlighted here in this darker purple. Small credit advisory up for parts of the ocean side here up until about 5 p.m. later on this evening. Because surf is up there this morning. Look at the wave height. It's at around 6 to 7 feet according to the buoys out there. So we're really noticing this already in a few spots. But we will slowly start to see things improve as the day progresses on. As for areas of dense fog, there's a little bit of that this morning in parts of the Millinocket area, also in parts of Washington County. So as things develop this morning, though, we'll start to see the fog getting out of here. But there are a few chances for an isolated shower or two before we're all finished up. Here's the radar in Sally. We have clouds moving in from the south, also going toward the north. The clouds have been moving in overnight. We have noticed an isolated shower or two near parts of Washington County this morning. So especially in the eastern parts of the state, a shower or two cannot be ruled out before we're all finished up. Let's zoom things out here. The only thing developing right now is this area low pressure. It's even causing some snow to develop in parts of Canada this morning. So of course, colder air getting pulled down. We're entering that time of the year, so colder precipitation being noticed. And of course, just for us, an isolated shower or two cannot be ruled out before we're all finished up. As we move forward today, partly cloudy skies overall. An isolated shower or two cannot be ruled out. Maybe a little bit more in a few spots, especially in the eastern parts of the state. Later on tonight, though, we'll catch a little bit of a break with a partly cloudy sky. Areas of dense fog cannot be ruled out. That will start to burn off as we head towards early Tuesday morning. Once we head throughout the day for your Tuesday afternoon, maybe a few clouds yet again, maybe an isolated shower or two yet again by Tuesday night and parts of Wednesday morning. That will quickly move through, and they're looking pretty good as we head towards your Wednesday morning. Our average high temperature is 61 degrees. We're going to be rather consistent the next few days, though, in the lower 60s through at least Thursday, upper 50s Friday, lower 60s again Saturday, and middle 50s again as we head towards your Sunday. On this Indigenous Peoples Day, lower 60s will be your temperature for today with a slight chance for a few showers, and overall the winds won't be too bad either out of the south at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, lower 40s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog, but south breeze again at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, lower 60s, partly cloudy and breezy, and south wind gusting up to around 20 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast, slight chance for showers again for your Wednesday with highs in the lower 60s. We have more showers possible Thursday with highs in the lower 60s again, and upper 50s for your Friday with a partly cloudy sky.
That's Metal in Herman is ready to be your trusted partner for your metal roofing and wall panel projects. Our high-quality metal roofing and wall panel systems are offered in a variety of colors and styles and backed up with a 40-year warranty. We manufacture standard as well as custom sizes in our facility in Herman. Homeowners and contractors, elevate your structures with our market-leading metal roofing and wall systems. Stop by our retail store at 893 Coldbrook Road in Herman to see our selections and to discuss your upcoming project. All That's Metal, the best roof and wall systems on the market.
When a government-controlled utility took over in Long Island, New York, it made big promises. But what did residents get? Household electric costs increased by more than 50%. Customers' bills skyrocketed with new surcharges. The utility ranked the lowest in customer service, and it failed to pay millions in required payments to local schools and fire departments on time. Don't bring New York's problems to Maine. Vote no on question 3.
Main House Home Furnishings and Gifts has a fantastic fall 40% off sale on home goods starting on Monday, October 9th. Bring some friends and enjoy the foliage on the way to the corner of routes 15 and 16 in Abbott.
These dancing stars make me want to.
We're throwing it down with Motown.
So hot! I am melting!
Dancing with the Stars live Tuesday on ABC and Disney+.
A candy shop in New York goes viral after they resourcefully brought back the beloved fan favorite, the Coca-Cola float. The Lexington candy shop has been in business for nearly a century since it opened its doors in 1925, serving up burgers, fries, and shakes to hungry patrons. But the old-fashioned establishment met the new world when a popular TikTok influencer took a snap of the classic way they are still making their Coca-Cola float. The longtime diner is considered a New York City landmark for its vintage style and treats. The shop was even featured on Travel Channel Food Paradise in 2018. I would love to try that.
Yummy, yummy.
Yeah.
Root beer floats too.
Right.
Really, really good.
Right.
All right, snow leopards spotting the paparazzi. The snow leopards at Russia's, I can't pronounce this name, Salygemensky National Park. How's that?
Yeah, I have no clue.
Salygemensky. Pretty close anyway.
Yeah.
National Park. They were captured playing with a camera. The leopards didn't figure out how to snap a pic on their own, but they did leave the camera pretty scratched up. Have a great day, everyone.